Right, it is 20 to 2. Let's get some business news. Sally's here. Once again, Sally, BP share price taking a nosedive.
BP share price is the whole plight of BP. Now, newspapers in the United States have labelled him as the most hated and the most clueless man in America. BP's chief executive, Tony Hayward, is fighting a desperate and some would say losing battle to defend the company's reputation. Well, despite having an army of people working around the clock to stem the leak in the Gulf of Mexico and spending nearly £1 billion so far in containment and clean-up, BP's reputation has sunk along with its share price. Even the US president is weighing in, saying he'd sack Mr. Hayward. So what does this all mean for BP as a brand? Well, Alison Stewart-Allen is a marketing and brand expert from International Marketing Partners and joins us now from our London studios. Good to see you, Alison.
Hello.
Let's start with Tony Hayward. He has been visible, but somehow he's not what the Americans want, is he?
Well, he's not demonstrating the right sort of empathy or the right level of empathy, which is really what's needed in that particular region. You know, you need to consider all of the context, really. You have still the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina in terms of that region still recovering economically. You now have, you know, the beaches, which are sacred destinations for summer vacations, lots of emotion for people in that region tied to spending family time there, and now those beaches are not usable. And you have the leader of the company who isn't sufficiently conversant in how to not only communicate with Americans, but also how to demonstrate his sorrow, to demonstrate action, you know, and instill confidence that he's on top of the issue and that he is managing the crisis along with the other executives in the company. So,
but he's appeared with his, you know, in his shirt sleeves, his sleeves rolled up as if he is about to do business. What's wrong with that?
Well, part of what's wrong with that is that he seems to be the only face of the company at the minute. And since this crisis has, you know, continued, there aren't many other spokespeople with the right sort of emotion and empathy that are being fronted. Okay, recently he's put forward his American chief executive or managing director for the Americas and Asia Pacific, and that's an American voice who understands the American culture. But the comments that Mr. Hayward has made so far have alienated Americans and angered them profoundly and demonstrated a complete lack of understanding of how the culture works or even empathy with the situation. 11 people have died, beaches are polluted, birds are being seen in oil slicks, and he's not seeming to understand the gravity of the situation.
And just briefly, the company is now being referred to as British Petroleum. Is this also doing damage to the UK PLC brand?
It certainly has damaged BP's brand. I think what's more worth looking at is how to contain that damage so that it doesn't taint other British brands like BA, who themselves are having major problems with the strikes and whose many American travelers are also being affected by that.
Alison Stewart-Allen, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Let's have a look then at BP's share price, see what it's doing. Early